Hello, my friends. Nick Libretti here for JR Cigars. Time for another Redux Top 5. We're going through some of our favorite Top 5s of last year just to really kind of push home some of our favorite ones, some really great packs that we made, some really great combinations of amazing cigars. One of my favorites from last year was our July 4th Top 5. You know, we try to do these themed ones where it's kind of relevant to either a holiday or something going on in the news. And for July 4th, we always try to get something that either steers towards Americana or American history. So let's start it out. First, we have the delicious Herrera EST Miami from Drew Estate. First of all, love that size, that like Lonsdale-ish size. Nice dark wrapper. Made at El Titan de Bronze, which is one of the last premium cigar factories left in America. It's really only El Titan de Bronze in Miami, and then the J.C. Newman factory in Tampa. So this is just dripping of Americana. It's, like I said, one of the last American cigar factories in Miami was kind of the gateway for the Cuban diaspora that kind of brought the Cuban cigar and Cuban tobacco industry to Florida. So it was kind of this merging of America and Cuba underneath the umbrella of cigars. So it's culturally significant. And like I said, one of the only factories in America to be making hand-rolled cigars, so very special. Next up, from our friends over at Roma Craft, we have the Intemperance Whiskey Rebellion. This is named after the Whiskey Rebellion, which took place in, I believe, 1794. Oh, it says right there on the band. What do you know? It was a rebellion of the American people against a proposed whiskey tax. This was kind of not so subtle nod to our struggles with the FDA and government regulation. But it was an important milestone in American history, and it's an important cigar. I believe it started out actually as a Cigar Dojo exclusive, but now it's released generally. Nicaraguan tobaccos in there give it a nice zest, nice rich, that nutty wrapper gives it a really nice undertone, great on the retrohale. Smokes really well, not as heavy as something like an Aquitaine or a Crow, the Crow Magnon line, a little more medium body, but very well balanced, just a fantastic cigar. Nothing more American than just a rough and rugged but tasty cigar that you can smoke while you're doing yard work, while you're fishing, while you're hunting, while you're doing really just manly, old-fashioned Americana things. Am I right? And that's why we have the Umba Goog from Steve Saka. Essentially, these are Mi Querida like seconds. Like they didn't make the cut, but they are Mi Queridas, and you get them for I think half of the price. They're simply fantastic. That broadleaf wrapper, Nicaraguan filler tobaccos in there, so it's rich, has a little bit of a sweetness to it, very well made. But they come in these 10 packs, and they're supposed to be a little more rough and rugged. You don't mind having to relight it if you're on the fishing boat, casting off. I don't fish. But, any kind of like activities you're doing where you just want a cigar, but you don't have to pay attention to, you don't mind if you got to light up another one. Umba Goog is the perfect cigar for that. Now, this one I thought is a little funny. We have the Highclere Castle Victorian from Nick Melillo over at Foundation. Ecuadorian Habano Maduro wrapper, some Nicaraguan fillers in there. Again, this cigar is based off of the Highclere Castle where they filmed Downton Abbey over in the UK. I thought it was relevant because, who did we beat? July 4th, American Revolution. Kind of beat up on England a little bit. Kind of beat up on the UK. Hello. And so an American from Connecticut made this cigar, and I just found that funny. On top of it being an expertly crafted smoke, Connecticut, one of the 13 original colonies. How Nick is very Connecticut-based, and then kind of, our old nemesis here, and our original antagonist, we beat him. All right. And then lastly, we have the Southern Draw Jacob's Ladder, one of my favorite cigars of all time, that Pennsylvania broadleaf, really rich, heavy, a lot of interesting flavors. Southern Draw and Robert Holt, one of the most American, ex-military, served overseas for us. And then, this Southern tradition that he utilizes throughout the packaging and the branding of the entire Southern Draw line. This really kind of drives that home. And again, July 4th, we wouldn't be here without, veterans and the men and women who served in our military, and Robert Holt is one of them, so always got to tip your hat to that. But on top of that, you have just in terms of full body, this might be a top 5 full-bodied cigar ever created. Straight full body. nuttiness, a little bit of richness, some raisin-esque taste too, but a lot of heavy smoke off of that Pennsylvania broadleaf wrapper, so it's exquisite. There you have it, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and as always, keep it lit.